Today we're talking about off-grid travel trailers. Recently, my neighbor Jerry went on their first off-grid adventure, and let me tell you, it was a disaster. Their trailer ran out of juice halfway through the trip, the water tank ran dry, and the solar setup barely kept the lights on. Because here's the thing, you'll find plenty of reviews that praise these trailers to the heavens, but once you actually take them off the beaten path, you find out real quick which ones are built for the wild and which aren't. That's why today, I'm breaking down the off-grid travel trailers that actually live up to the name without the marketing BS. Let's roll. First up is the Zion Off-Road Modular Micro Camper, and here's why it belongs on this list. While Jerry's trailer failed because it was locked into mediocre factory specs, this one lets you build exactly what you need. Starting at just $12,500, you get an aluminum-skinned birch plywood shell on a steel frame with 12 inches of ground clearance and dual entry doors. But like I said, it's completely modular. You can start basic and add a 100 amp-hour lithium battery with a 1,000-watt inverter, mount a 200-watt solar panel on the crossbars, and install their plug-and-play battery box as your budget allows. The insulated panels keep temps stable without burning power, and the pre-wired electrical hookups mean upgrades are easy to install. Fully loaded, you're looking at around $20,000, which is still undercutting most competitors. But you'll have to cut some corners as there's no integrated kitchen or plumbing, and while it's not luxurious, it's honest, a durable, tow-anywhere rig that grows with your experience. Next is the Valkari Overland X1, a UK-built pop-up that comes factory-loaded with a 200 amp-hour lithium battery and 2,000-watt inverter, meaning you can run that optional AC unit, charge devices, and power the entertainment system for days without hookups. Add solar panels and you're genuinely self-sufficient. The real standout, though, is a 120-liter steel underbody water tank with hot water on demand and an outside shower. That's 32 gallons. Enough for a family of 5 to cook, clean, and stay comfortable for extended trips. The galvanized chassis with dual shock independent suspension handles serious terrain, while 25mm insulated panels keep you warm in the Scottish Highlands or cool in the desert. Inside, the convertible lounge sleeps 5 with the pop-up roof deck, and the rear tailgate galley with dual burners and slide-out sink means you're cooking outside, which is great until weather turns ugly. At around $23,475, it's heavier than a teardrop and needs a proper tow vehicle, but you're getting a legitimate family base camp. Third on the list is the Mission Overland Trail Dog. It's a legitimate toy hauler with a full-width ramp that fits ATVs or bikes, but it sleeps 4 thanks to an insulated 6-foot 4-inch pop-up roof tent with blackout screens and proper ventilation. The 31-gallon fresh water tank paired with a propane-powered kitchen slide means you're cooking and cleaning without draining batteries, which equals smart efficiency for extended trips. Speaking of power, you'll want to spec solar because the base electrical setup is modest, but the foam-insulated aluminum walls and 85 inches of interior standing room make this livable in real weather. The Timbren independent suspension and 16-inch ground clearance handle serious trails, though at 2,180 pounds dry, you need a capable tow vehicle. Now you'll have to consider unloading gear to maximize living space, and at $40,000 to $45,000, it's pricey for a single-axle rig. But if you're serious about bringing your adventure equipment and still want a base camp that doesn't feel like a cargo box, this delivers. Number 4 is the Stockman Rover 02 from Australia, and this is where we see what happens when you engineer a trailer specifically to survive the outback. This has zero canvas. It's a fully molded composite body on an aluminum chassis with Cruisemaster XT air suspension, meaning you pull up, open the door, and you're sleeping in under a minute with zero wet pack hassles. The 135-liter water tank with hot water and shower point gives you roughly 36 gallons for extended trips, while the lithium battery system paired with solar and red arc electronics keeps the dual fridge freezer slides running efficiently on 12-volt power without burning through your reserves. Inside, there's actual standing room for a teardrop. You're dressing comfortably, not contorting. Plus, that rear galley with 3-burner stove and slide-out pantry means serious cooking capability. The trade-off? It's heavier than basic teardrops and so needs a proper tow vehicle. Also, at $38,000 to $41,000 you're paying a premium for that bomb-proof construction. But if dust, weather, and setup speed matter, this eliminates every excuse. Coming in at number 5, we're looking at the Boreas XT, a Colorado-built expedition trailer. And this is where construction gets serious. The fully composite fiberglass body means zero wood to rot or warp, mounted on a powder-coated steel frame with Cruisemaster axle-less independent suspension imported from Australia, the same setup trusted on multi-year outback expeditions. Power comes from dual 100 amp-hour lithium batteries with a Victron charge controller and optional 200-watt solar, giving you roughly 200 amp-hour total capacity to run that Propex 6500 BTU heater in winter or the MaxAir fan in summer without range anxiety. The 135-liter water tank with instant hot water keeps you comfortable for days, though the rear galley setup means you're cooking outside, not ideal when weather turns. Inside, HDPE cabinetry and a queen memory foam mattress make this legitimately livable for 2 adults, but families are going to need add-on solutions. At $43,800 to $52,000, it's expensive, but you're buying decades of reliability with 19 inches of ground clearance and BF Goodrich KO2 tires that laugh at trails. Number 6 is the Arkto C10 from Canada, and this is where smart engineering completely reimagines what a compact trailer can do. The C10 delivers a 2-level interior, downstairs lounge with a lagoon table for actual living, and an upstairs sleeping loft with nearly 7 feet of standing height in the pop top. The all-composite, zero-wood construction on a galvanized steel chassis means this trailer will outlast anything with plywood, even in brutal Canadian winters. Power-wise, dual 100 amp-hour lithium batteries with an optional 600-watt solar upgrade give you serious capacity. That's enough to run the indoor 12-volt fridge, LED lighting, and charge devices for days without hookups. The 115-liter freshwater tank with hot and cold water to the outdoor galley keeps you self-sufficient, though, like most overland rigs, you're cooking outside. At under 2,750 pounds, a Jeep Wrangler can tow it. But here's the best part: a 1,850-pound payload rating with 71 cubic feet of storage means you're hauling hunting gear, bikes, or expedition equipment without compromise. At $46,000 US, it's premium, and it only sleeps 2 without add-ons. But if thoughtful, adventure-ready design matters, this nails it. On number 7, we have the MDC XT19 HRT. Just forget ever running out of power? This has a massive 1225-watt solar array feeding lithium-ion batteries with advanced management systems. That's enough solar to run air conditioning, charge power tools, and keep a fridge running indefinitely in sunny conditions, genuinely redefining what off-grid means. The dual freshwater and gray water tanks give you proper capacity for extended stays, while the Propex propane heater and MaxFan ventilation system handle 4-season comfort without draining your batteries. Inside, convertible beds sleep 2 to 3 adults with actual headroom, and the stainless steel kitchen with dual burner stove means you're cooking like you're home. The powder-coated steel frame with purpose-built off-road suspension and aggressive all-terrain tires handle trails that would destroy lesser trailers. At around $90,000, this is very expensive. It's also pretty heavy and demands a serious tow vehicle, and it still only sleeps 3 maximum. But if you want a trailer that delivers true energy independence and expedition-grade construction where you can stay out as long as your food supply lasts, this is it. Now, before we get to my final 2 absolute favorite campers on this list, if you're into no BS fan breakdowns like this, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Not ready for that? Totally fine. Just drop a like instead, because that's what helps me know this kind of content is actually useful. At number 8, we have the beautiful AntiShanty AS1, and this one's for purists who reject complexity in favor of bulletproof reliability. While Jerry's trailer failed because it tried to do everything and succeeded at nothing, the AS1 does one thing perfectly: gets you deep into the backcountry and keeps you alive. The all-aluminum construction with rigid pop-up roof means 0 canvas to fail, 0 wood to rot, just welded metal that'll outlast your truck. The 4-season insulation keeps temps stable, whether you're in Montana winters or Arizona summers, while the integrated battery system with solar compatibility and 12-volt outlets runs LED lighting and essentials efficiently. No inverter complexity draining power unnecessarily. The fold-out kitchen with sink and propane stove keeps things simple and functional, though you're cooking outside in all weather. Independent suspension and all-terrain tires handle serious trails. and at roughly $30,000 to $40,000, it undercuts premium competitors significantly. The trade-off? This is Spartan, no joke. So sleeping 4 is possible, but tight. There's minimal indoor living space, and if you want luxury, look elsewhere. But if you value simplicity, durability, and knowing your trailer won't quit when conditions get brutal, this no-nonsense approach is exactly what you need. Finally, the aBruder EXP8, and this is what happens when you engineer a trailer for actual expedition life, not weekend camping. You know, Jerry lost power within 2 days, but this baby here has up to 20 kilowatt hours of lithium battery storage with up to 1,680 watts of solar. That's enough capacity to run a full wet bath with hot water, climate control high-end kitchen appliances, and still have reserve power for weeks in remote locations. The water system isn't just tanks. It's comprehensive waste management that lets you live off-grid for extended periods without compromising comfort. The reinforced steel chassis with aluminum composite panels, 37-inch tires, and heavy-duty suspension doesn't just handle trails. It conquers terrain that would destroy lesser rigs. Inside, you get year-round insulation, automated climate control, and storage solutions that make this legitimately livable, not just survivable. But the truth is, at $155,000 plus, this is expensive. It's heavy, demanding a serious tow vehicle, and it's absolute overkill for casual campers. But if you're planning transcontinental expeditions, year-round travel in extreme climates, or genuinely living off-grid for months, this is the trailer that makes dreams come true.